There are 4 important things that you must take into consideration when it comes to dominating your money in 2025. Two of them are really good. One of them is really, really scary. And you want to stick around for the last one. And trust me, I'm going to help you to master your finances so that you can thrive in 2025. All right, so you're struggling, you're wondering how to dominate your finances in 2025. It's a new year, first quarter is over. Now what's next for you? So before we move forward though, do you like saving money? Drop down in the chat below, saving money, baby. Like to save money, drop it in the chat below. So the first thing you need to do to dominate your finances is to have what I call a money plan. What is a money plan? Why do you need one? How do you create one? Great questions. A money plan is simply a budget. That dreaded B word, I know. People told you need to do one, but in fact, only 1 in 3 people do a money plan. That's why, in my opinion, 78% of Americans struggle financially because they don't manage their finances by doing a monthly money plan. It's simple math, y'all. The way to do a money plan is to have income minus your expenses equals 0. So you want to have everything that you earn, you want to give it an assignment, you want to plan, that is, and then at the end of that, you want to have 0. Meaning, if you make $4,000 for the month, and you plan a budget for $1,000, 4,000 minus 4,000 equals 0. It's that simple, y'all. Now, what if you have income of $4,000 and you have expenses of $8,000? That means you're living way above your means. So what do you need to do? You do one of 3 things. The first thing you need to do is make more money, right? Secondly, you need to reduce your lifestyle or your expenses. And the third thing you can do is do both. Make more money and reduce your expenses. You want to live within your means so that you can be able to save money. Otherwise, you keep on going in circles and staying broke. If you want to make better decisions with your finances, stop overspending, and stop impulse spending, get you a free resource, the free money plan budget tracker at dakotagrader.com. This is how you're going to really transform your finances in 2025. So the second thing you need to do is have a rainy day fund. Dakota, what does that got to do with saving money? Great question. The reason why you need a rainy day fund is so that you won't go back into using debt. So many people rely on debt. In fact, about 80% of people borrow money. People have the mentality that borrow money is the best thing to do when they don't have the money to purchase some things. All right, that's fair, but if you're only going to rely on borrow money, you'll always be broke. I don't care what people are saying about using OPM, be your FICO score, be your credit. I don't care about that. I want you to build your bank account first by starting to build your rainy day fund, a mini one of at least $500 to $1,500 in a savings account in case something happens. Because I learned that when you have a rainy day fund, you're able to save money instead of always going into debt and paying high interest rate for credit cards. The third thing is to use cash. Why? Because again, it goes back to paying more. When you borrow money and use someone else's money or OPM, other people's money, you pay back more than you borrow because you pay back principal, which is the original amount you paid for a borrow, right? And then you pay interest. Interest is the killer. Here's why. Interest is the cost of borrowing money. If you want to take a loan for your business, for example, or take a loan on a car, that money that you're borrowing isn't your money. So the lenders are going to say, I'll give you this money, but it's going to cost you. Cost me what, Dakota? Cost you principal, the amount you borrowed originally, plus interest. Interest is the killer. It's taking your money, keeping you broke because you're paying back so much money in interest payments. And people say, well, that's only a couple dollars or whatever it may be. All right, that's fair again. But imagine having a company with thousands or even millions of people doing the same thing and having that same mentality. Right. That's why so many people are struggling because they want to borrow money, stay in debt, not have a plan, not have a rainy day fund, and then only use cash to pay back money, right? So I'm like, if you're already going to use cash to pay the money back, why not use cash in the first place? Right. So the fourth thing to do is stop overspending and overdrafting your account. Here's why. When you overspend, right, you're spending too much money on something, you're not saving money. Even if something's on sale, do you really need that, or is it a want? Consider your purchases needs and wants. If you need something, all right, make sure that you can afford it, one. And two, how can you get it at a price that you can afford, or maybe save up for it? Don't go into debt for it. You pay cash for it, right? Like I mentioned earlier, you're paying cash for things. And overdrafting is also killing your account, because when you overdraft your account, you pay back the money. You pay fees. And I'm like, why pay fees when you can have money in your account? You can manage it by monitoring what you have in your balance or in your account. And then if you need to put more money in there to cover bills, do that. Keep an eye on your money. Never take the day off from managing your finances. I'll say it again. Never take the season off, whether it be summertime or springtime. Don't go ghost on managing your finances. These 4 tips can change your life if you implement them today. I want you to thrive not only in 2025, now and beyond.